So it's bright and early here, and we went out last night with a couple friends to celebrate their engagement, and it's Dine LA week or month or whatever it's called here, which means a bunch of restaurants have a set menu that they do with wine pairings for really cool prices. I wanted to get out this morning and do a quick cigar review, but it goes without saying it was a bit of a rough night. That can only mean one thing. Giant Steps coffee. Davidoff Winston Churchill Limited Edition 2019. It has a Dominican wrapper, Dominican and San Andres binders, and Nicaraguan fillers. It's a limited edition, so that means they only came out with 8,000 boxes of this cigar, and they're calling it the Traveler. I've loved every Davidoff Winston Churchill I've had so far, so I'm really looking forward to this one. So right off the bat, I'm getting more or less what people would call those classic Davidoff flavors. It's kind of an earthiness, a hay. There is a caramel sweetness to it that's not from that classic flavor profile. And just a light spice. It's almost like a floral spice. Just kind of at the end of the draw, hanging onto your tongue, which is actually pretty pleasant and refreshing. So it's a good start to the first third. I'm looking forward to getting a little further into it and seeing what this cigar has in store for us. Getting to the end of the first third here, that caramel sweetness is definitely in front, and it's joined by the leather nuttiness. The spice is still there. That floral thing I was tasting isn't there anymore. That's kind of developed into that leather. You go ahead. It's a cute dog. But yeah, this is just a smooth cigar. This is what Davidoff means to me. It's firmly medium-bodied, leather, creamy, nutty flavors with that caramel sweetness. So yeah, it's definitely been an enjoyable first third. Let's get into the second third and see how it develops. Getting into the second third, that leather nuttiness has taken over. There's not as much sweetness as there was in the first third. Just a big hit of leather on this one. If you ever had like an Andalusian Bull or an Oliva Serie V Melanio, those are kind of leather bombs. That's kind of what this second third is tasting like to me. And there's a little bit of like an espresso and some cream. So I guess that would be a latte. That would sum up this second third for me. It's just leather, cream, and coffee. There's no spice, no sweetness. Again, just very mellow and very enjoyable. I'm definitely digging it. Let's get a little further into the cigar, and I'll check back in with you guys for the final third. Final third here. And it's kind of all the flavors from the first third have come back and joined that coffee leather profile of the second third. That caramel sweetness is more of a cinnamon now. It's kind of a spice. It's almost Christmassy with that leather nuttiness too. Very interesting final third. This is probably my favorite third of this cigar so far. With that cinnamon kick mixing in with the coffee, we're into a more robust flavor profile. We're more medium full now. This is a great addition to the Winston Churchill line. It's hard to say if I liked it better or worse than the Late Hour. The Late Hour is probably my favorite, but this is such a different animal. I'd say it's a great morning smoke, something to go with a cup of coffee, and then have that Late Hour with your scotch at the end of the day. So that's it for the Winston Churchill Limited Edition 2019 cigar from Davidoff. If you like cigar reviews like this one, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I post these reviews weekly, and if there's a cigar that you'd like to see me review, leave a comment in the comments below, and I'd be happy to add it to the production lineup. All right, guys, thanks for smoking with me, and I hope you have a good one.